Hey, New Zealand, recognise this? I haven't seen one of these since, oh God, maybe the 80s or the 90s. I didn't know that these were still a thing, but you buy a 6-pack of soda or whatever here, and this is how it's going to come packaged with one of these. So I'm going to now get some scissors and cut it all up before I throw it away. Avoiding plastic here is proving very, very difficult. Hola, mi amigos y familia. Here is my weekly news from Panama for you. I have some good news this week. They are relaxing restrictions on our quarantine restrictions here in Panama and Panama Oeste. The whole country has a curfew now from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. In Panama and Panama Oeste, we still have segregated gender days, which at this point I don't know why, but it is what it is. Women are now allowed to go out Monday, Wednesday, Friday between the hours of 5 a.m. and 7 p.m. Men are allowed to go out Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday between the hours of 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. is curfew, Sunday full day curfew. So Caesar and I still are not allowed to go out together, which does make things rather difficult, particularly as my Spanish is rudimentary. Yo estoy aprendiendo español. Yo hago 2 lecciones por semana de español. Mi profesora se llama Jaira. A mí me gusta Jaira. Ella es una buena profesora. Pero por la cuarentena, yo solamente hablo español algunas veces. Es muy difficult, yeah. So I am, poco y poco is getting better, and I am now able to go into a store, and if I can't find something I can ask, yo quiero, whatever it is I'm looking for, almendras molidas, still can't find that. And I'm able, if the person speaking to me, if I ask, por favor, hablas español despacio un poquito. If they speak slowly and not too many words, I can understand the answer. And I get the feeling that the harder I try, and the more I try, I hope it's appreciated, and the Panamanian people are exhibiting a great deal of patience with yo hablo español muy mal and muy poquito, but yeah, getting better. So I am actually really enjoying it. I'm viewing it kind of like a puzzle I need to solve, and I love puzzles, so it's a real challenge, particularly as I have to do it on my own when I go out because Caesar can't go with me. I have practiced driving on the wrong side of the road, which is to say the right side of the road, here in the little gated community we're in, but I'm not confident enough to go on to the Pan American Highway. Man, these guys drive crazy. They are fast, and I mean, I'm used to Auckland traffic. I lived there for 20 years, so I can deal with traffic, but I don't understand the road rules here yet, so I need to figure that out before I get behind the wheel on the Pan American Highway. So from the house we're living in to go up to the shops is just a quick 10-minute drive. So I don't think it's within the rules, but Caesar's my driver. He has to drive me, otherwise how would I get anywhere? He stays in the car, and we wear masks all the time. So, I mean, we haven't been told off for that yet. And if we are, we're just going to explain. He's the driver, he doesn't get out of the car. He's just the driver. So, okay, I have some other really, really good news. So last week I told you, bizarrely, they being the government here, who move in rather mysterious ways, they decided that supping was a thing that could be done. Well, now they've gone a bit further. They have decided that individual non-contact sports are now permitted. I'm like, okay, surfing is an individual non-contact sport. I can go surfing. I'm going to go surfing soon. I still can't go with Caesar though, because we're still separated by gender days. I mean, it's slightly academic at the moment because we still don't have surfboards, and I strongly suspect that that's probably going to be a few weeks away. Next, good news from Panama. The number of tests for the last few days has dramatically increased. I think it would be fair if one were to be somewhat suspicious of the government numbers there. It's possible, though, that they have a new testing facility just online, or it's possible, I suspect they might have developed the ability to do a new, quicker test, and so they're able to do more. That's also possible. But anyway, they've gone from around about, I don't know, 1,500 to just over 2,000 tests a day to 4,000 to 5,000 tests a day, which is absolutely fantastic. Still not nearly as much as they need to be doing, but it's a hell of a lot more, which is excellent. At the same time, the percentage of positive test results as a percentage of total tests done has dropped. It's nearly halved. It's gone from in the 30s and the occasional high 20 to between about 15 to 18% just for the last 2 or 3 days. Now, this could be because they are now testing a large number of asymptomatic people, whereas previously, from anecdotal accounts, they were really only testing people who were very obviously showing symptoms. So I am still looking at the number of people in hospital and the number of people in ICU as the baseline can't be tampered with number. The number of people in hospital has dropped slightly this week. It's just under 1,500. It's, 1,476. The number of people in ICU is just under 160. So it's still at, for this pandemic, historically very high numbers, but at least it's not getting worse. And if the population has reached some level of herd immunity, at least amongst the people who are out and about and mingling, separate the people like ourselves who are quite separate and staying at home almost all the time, if the people mingling out and about who are in the parts of the economy that are still active, if they've reached some level of herd immunity, then you would expect the number of positive cases to start to drop. So that is tentatively hopeful. I would expect, and this is the thing I'm going to be looking for next, the number of people in hospital and the number of people in ICU starting to go down in another week or two. If we start to see in 3, 4, 5 weeks those numbers really come down, then yes, Panama will have turned the corner. So we don't have enough data yet. It's going to take a little while, but the situation looks hopeful. So that's my news from Panama this week. And for friends and family, Caesar and I are well. We are happy. I absolutely love living here in this little community just by San Carlos in Coronado. We have a swimming pool, we have a garden, we have nature. Haven't seen Bob apparently it's an iguana, haven't seen Bob the iguana this week, but I do know he's still living right there in the bougainvillea because I heard him scrabbling up onto our roof the other day. He's rather shy, which apparently iguanas are. Have seen lots more wildlife, lots of geckos still living in our house with their gorgeous cute little chirping sounds that they make about dusk and through the night, which I've learned to sleep through now, and we don't have to worry about mosquitoes because they are excellent hunters of mosquitoes. So that's it from me this week. I hope that I know that my friends and family at home, well, I'm not sure about all my friends, but my family I'm in regular contact with are doing really well. I know New Zealand's going to knock this one on the head, this little outbreak. Oh, yeah, just one last thing. It's been really amusing this week to watch the New Zealanders on Twitter absolutely troll Trump. He mentioned New Zealand 3 times, like they've got a massive outbreak of the virus. At the time, 85 cases. Dude, look at your own country. The New Zealanders trolling that one. Whew, they've got a lot of time on their hands, to be fair. They're staying at home as much as possible, doing that looking after each other thing that we do in New Zealand. So the trolling has been, it's a burn. I love it. I'm all here for it. Okay, that's all from me. this week, folks, and look after yourselves. Stay safe. Don't get sick. Bye. So with all these properties here are beachfront, and randomly along the street there's periods of, or parts of the street where it's like this, it's just barely even paved, and it's the rainy season, so the water's created big divots. And yet you've got these multi-million-dollar beachfront properties, and then randomly the road is again very, very good. Look at these trees, they're so big. Everything is so green and lush in the rainy season.